And fall at your call. The O must go for one of these fighters. This will certainly be a rise and fall of two fledgling careers. Some prospection on the line here tonight. We'll see who moves forward and who has to go back to the drawing board. I love a double O fight. Like, somebody really does need to step up tonight, and this main event is going to prove the night successful for one fighter's career, and the other one is going to have to figure some things out and regroup, which means that I don't expect either one of these guys to take a step back. This should be the exact opposite of the fight we just saw.
I mean, they're both going to want to give their best and, protect their O. No one's just going to just lay down and accept defeat at any point in the fight, even if they are losing. They're going to be trying right until the end, both these fighters.
And they're both brimming with confidence also. I like when you're, looking at two guys who don't think that they can lose.
Yeah.
That is when you have a
100%. But we got kind of like the same sort of styles in Finley anyway. Finley's a back foot fighter, slick, wants to counter you and punch you, so you ain't going to see much work from him until you see Hodgetts, commit to something, like right there. So, we could get one of those fights, but for now, it seems like we're not.
Do you reckon that Hodgetts will create offense on his own? I see what you're saying right now. He is off the back foot. He's looking for the jab. He's moving around. But again, the difference appears to be that he was stepping in harm's way and got himself a nice right hand on the chin for the trouble. But it hasn't put him on his bicycle. He's right back there looking to get in the pocket.
He is. Hodgetts is doing really well to, just kind of like fake the lead hand and then swing the backhand in. Like from the southpaw, your best shot is that backhand, but he's using that feint really well to come back in with an explosive backhand. Finley hasn't quite caught the timing of that yet. There we go again. It just fell short, but I can see what he's trying to do.
Yeah, and your favorite word of the night, or at least of mine, is commit. I think Hodgetts is going to have to commit with that left hand. You see him just throw it again, and it still doesn't have quite the surety that he's going to need on it if it's going to be effective tonight. It's a nice poking jab from Hodgetts. Good first round. I like that action. Wasn't a bunch of connected shots, no big moments, but I can see that both fighters have a game plan and they're looking to execute it. This is one of those styles make fights kind of fights tonight. Round two of this 8-round contest.
Good job there from Finley. He's pushing Hodgetts back and Hodgetts just touching the right hand and again.
Finley James doing what he should be doing, which is trying to establish a dam and create the kind of distance he wants to fight at. Yep. However, Hodgetts is not cooperating. He is stepping right into James's comfort space and not allowing him really to dictate where this fight will be fought. And I think that is the first battle of this war. Where is this fight going to be fought and at what distance?
Oh, good backhand again from Hodgetts. He's finding that backhand nicely, Hodgetts. Finley just needs to be more active with his jab, because when he is throwing that jab, he's pushing Hodgetts back, and that's where he wants Hodgetts on the back foot.
Hodgetts just jabbing his way in, but isn't worried about what's coming back. He seems to be okay with taking a shot to get one off.
That is true, yeah, he is. Oh, good counter there from Finley. And again, Hodgetts still firing back though. Oh, and a good backhand there from Hodgetts. Finley just spins off the ropes.
If Hodgetts is that happy to exchange, then, you know, maybe Finley's fight is not in the middle of the ring. He does need to move a little bit more and to make it a boxing match, because clearly whatever power's coming back at Finley is not deterring him from keeping this aggressive. He's taking chances that he shouldn't be comfortable taking.
And that's the thing, but I like what Finley's doing. He's on the back foot, but he isn't overly moving. He isn't jumping around and wasting a lot of energy. It's calculated. When Hodgetts takes a step forward, he takes a little half a step back and tries to counter, but Hodgetts is quick with that backhand.
I mean, it's really textbook what Finley James is doing. He's jabbing in and then following up with his with his power shot from behind. This is what Hodgetts, I should say, is stepping in with the jab and then following up with a power shot. And a nice counter for...
I think that shot's hurt Hodgetts there. Finley's hurt Hodgetts. Ref's just giving him a bit of time to recover, but I looked at his face and he looked like whatever shot Finley hit him with, oh, ref said back of the head. That makes sense then. I must have missed that. Finley just making Hodgetts fall short now, right at the back end of that round.
Looks to me like Finley James is looking to get back on the stick. A slip. Harley Hodgetts just slips there. No punch, no knockdown. Finley James has the captain on his trunks. He's going to have to figure out where this ship is headed.
I mean, I don't know the state of the division, who the champions are, but two undefeated fighters meeting like this, I'd love to have seen it tap in for the Southern Area title or something. I think it's more than worth it. Credit to both fighters for taking this risk in the 8th round, you know what I mean? So.
And I'm a big fan of guys going in tough and early. Like I said earlier in the night, it really fortifies their mettle and makes for great fighters down the road.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It is worth noting that both fighters' lead foot is way out in front And it's
to the back foot. Yeah, they've both got wide stances.
Yeah, and it's likely that they step on each other's feet.
Yeah.
This can create a knockdown that sometimes gets called a knockdown and really is just from tripping.
Yeah, well spotted. Oh, good shot there from Hodgetts. Finley really active with that lead hand. This is what we were talking about earlier, when you just variate the lead hand. Sometimes you just have it there fidgeting in your face, moving around, and then a stiff jab from it, lining up the backhand. It makes for your opponent not to know what to expect.
Right, this is what you should be doing with that rockabye hand. If you're moving that lead hand around, this is the purpose of it. It's not just to keep it down by your waist.
100% and look cool. That Finley's using that lead hand to get that distance. Even though he's going backwards, that lead hand, he knows where he is. He knows.
You know, I'd say Hodgetts should return to stepping in with the jab. He just tried it right there, I was saying. And he was met by James stepping in as well, which is what created the clash of heads. You don't want to do that, but I do like that James is looking to take that away from Hodgetts.
When you got two guys to the opposite stance, stepping in, clash of heads is very, possible.
But just as I was suggesting that Hodgetts step in with the jab and then follow up with the right, he had that weapon taken away as James was recognizing that after the step in, what was happening next, and James stepped in for his own right, and that's how we ended up, which could be a nasty, nasty clash. But I like that James is looking to counter that and not let Hodgetts get off.
And that means he's ready to work, because earlier that's what Hodgetts was doing, and now Finley found a way to,
make the adjustment.
Yeah, make the adjustment, which is good to see.
Entering the fourth round of this scheduled 8-round fight. We've had some good action. Nobody hurt, no big shots yet, but a bit of a chess match and also a test of mettle going down the stretch is what I believe we will see. A war of attrition. See whose engine can keep fighting at this pace.
Oh, good backhand there from Finley.
Go ahead.
So he just found that as Hodgetts was stepping in, so you're right about that adjustment he made.
That's exactly right. It was nice to see James weather that onslaught and stay calm, still stay in the pocket. I like that James is trying to box, but not leaving the pocket.
Yeah.
And staying calm like that, resetting, he'll find the jab, it'll come for him.
And this is the experience Finley has over the debutants and the prospects that were trying to implement this style, but weren't quite getting it right.
Right.
I think Finley's got, this style to the T. He's on the back foot, he's moving, but he's not being pushed back.
Really finely landed and placed a left hand from the captain. Somebody's got to be first. I think both fighters are waiting a little bit too long. There it is. So what you also don't want to let Hodgetts do is get set and fire at will.
Yeah, you don't want that, He has got a little bit of spike in his shots, Hodgetts.
That's true. However, the adjustment that the captain is making Finley James has stopped Hodgetts from just running in there.
Yeah,
I don't know that it's the power. I think it's the adjustment. He's just, there it is.
There it is, yeah.
Properly countered.
And that's the difference in this fight. Hodgetts hasn't found an adjustment to Finley's adjustment.
That's exactly right. That's what this game is all about. It's a game of adjustments, and now it's Hodgetts who needs to find one. Seconds in the fourth round, scheduled for 8. Action heating up here at York Hall. The rise and fall, 2 undefeated fighters looking to maintain their O's, but one must go. As we enter now the second half of this fight, I don't know that either fighter has taken control. However, I do think the game plan for James is starting to materialize and take shape a little better than Hodgetts.
I think Hodgetts now just opted to just smother James's work and, just get in close. Because at this distance, he doesn't stand the best chance.
Now you see James catching Hodgetts with the first punch before he gets in. It's not even a counter. He sees him make that first flinch and catching him with the jab, keeping him outside. That is really a beautiful progression of making adjustments and then making it work for him. It's a little bit of desperation from Hodgetts I'm seeing now. He's really just trying to bully himself in there.
He is. And I think that's what they've opted to do, because boxing, James wasn't working. He was clearly better boxing. He's got to make it a fight and make it a scrap and just make it as messy as possible without any head clashes or anything that's going to make anyone,
But there's got to be some punches involved. Like these last 3 tries, I've seen him kind of storm in and grab. That ain't going to get it done.
Yeah, of course, yeah. It needs to be punches involved.
Beautiful left hand from Finley James. You can see Finley James now is really kind of getting into his rhythm, feeling comfortable. He thinks he knows what's coming. And there's proof that he's right about that. Another nice left hand. And this fight tonight is turning on boxing. It's the skill set of making adjustments and picking your shots properly that might be the story of the fight going down the stretch. You'll notice that Hodgetts' hands now are all the way down by his waist. His lead left is far further down by his waist than it was at the start of the fight, which makes an opportunity for James over the top. And James is more and more taking advantage of the spacing and distance, even trying to land a lead left, which is a bit disrespectful. You know what I mean? If you stop trying to set it up with a jab, that means you really got a guy's timing pegged.
Yeah.
Main event delivering here at York Hall. Finley James and Harley Hodgetts battling to maintain their undefeated records at the Rise and Fall TM14 Promotions Nielsen Boxing fun Saturday night here at York Hall. Catfished again. This is the 6th and final round, not the scheduled 8 that we've been given on our cards. So we will see if this last round, which I think Hodgetts not only has to win, but probably has to get a knockout if he's even looking for a draw in this fight. So he's going to need to pour on the action and probably just step right into harm's way if he's going to get anything close to that tonight. Which he's willing to do, but when you get in there, you're gonna have to throw some punches. Like, make some space for yourself inside.
He's getting in there, but because of James's movement, he's not confident in throwing. So he's just holding it, and then he can't find his shots. I think Finley has just dented his confidence totally. This isn't the same Hodgetts we saw in the first 2 rounds.
I really like the progression of this fight. It wasn't a ton of, big shots landed or exchanges, but you really got to see how styles do make fights and how important making adjustments is. Right in the middle of the fight, we saw the difference in how Finley James approached the puzzle that Hodgetts was presenting. And since that moment of figuring out that one piece, Hodgetts hasn't been able to reclaim any kind of momentum. Exactly. That's boxing. That's a main event.
Yeah, 100%.
Now you even see James kind of mounting his own offense. He's not boxing and moving anymore. Now he's initiating action. He's standing his ground in the center of the ring. He's landing combination punches, 1-2s, smiling, moving, feeling good in there. And the desperation only elevates from Hodgetts, who knows that he's up against it right now and very few minutes left to spare in this fight. He's got to do something if he's going to change his fate and lose that and when that final bell rings.
Now it's totally changed. Hodgetts is on the back foot and Finley's moving forward.
Now, what you don't want to see at the end of a fight like this is a cut from a clash, and they're getting real close in there. So if I were James, you'll very, very, very rarely hear me say this. I would start to stay away and box on the outside. Like, it's just not worth getting cut right now. I think he's comfortable on the cards and he's done his job. Walk away as unscathed as possible in these last 90 seconds to a minute. James doing a good job of just that. Hodgetts no longer pressing the action. I think he's a bit resigned to his fate. Real beautiful combination punching. Only the final punch landed, but what I like about combination punches is that's what you can get to. You can work towards that third punch landing, and that's a great way to end the night. Two very skilled fighters bringing their best game, and
after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the referee scorecard. Referee Sean McElwood scores the bout 59-55. Your winner, Finley!
Should you move to 7-0 tonight? How did it feel? Of course it was set to be setting